The dramatization of the war of religions. Last week, the Pope began a journey, a mission to try to end the war of religions. I will not underestimate his ability, saying that several generations have been failed to establish peace between religion, and the Pope would not have the chance to do it. It is pessimistic to iterate. There is a lot of surprise. Life is surprising. There is a lot of surprise in life. He is a courageous Pope. It's like the saying goes, better to try and fail than to accept defeat without trying. The causes of the war of religion let us know that it's impossible for the men to root out the conflict. The arrival of Protestantism provoked the war of religion in France, and the existence of various religious fanaticism is still in the world. This justifies that only God can stop this dilemma, that quagmire. The war of religion is a long-studied history. It is not my intention to recount this story, because my religious historian have talked a lot about this nightmare. What is necessary for me is to mention the reason that religion cannot coexist peacefully. The world is experiencing a religious divide because each person wants to defend his or her religion, wants to demonstrate her zeal for the religion. In the past, the war between Catholic and Protestant originated on the yoke of the defense of belief. And also, there were competition that prevented the two religions to coexist peacefully. And this idea is still continuing. Protestants criticized Catholics, and Catholics did the same against Protestants. And finally, violence, savagery arise between them. Islamic fanatics are transforming Middle East in hell, in a slaughterhouse to slaughter the animals. They murdered his brothers and sisters Muslim as they are not Arabs like them. They murdered Christians who are not agree with them, who do not want to convert as Islam. Religion is a human drama. It's like a good clown for preparing, training for war because its members are leading by passion, by fanaticism, and those make them irrational, bellicose. Man is altered, tampered with the sense of religious practice. Human beings use religion as an instrument, a means to shape the world, to destroy its siblings. Often believers were concentrated to themselves, and they fell without finding a spiritual side, the spiritual guides. The special mission of the church is derived. Believers are in a complex situation religiously. Pastoral, educational, and social practices lose their flavor. We are in a confused situation as to the time of war of religion in France. Therefore, I may say, the situation that we are confronting now may lead me to say we are in the worst situation when the war of religion fractured, destroyed France. Religion. Fanatics do not believe in God. What I mean by that, I mean by the fanatic religious do not really believe in God. They are defending their own interests. They suffer from psychopathic. They encourage its members to revenge, to make war to those who will not accept their beliefs. God wants all humans to be merciful, practicing peace and tolerance. The fanatics are unaware that if the truth has a universal meaning, they believe in their own truth. It is futile to make it clear to Islamic terrorists that killing is a crime, is barbarism, is to place their society as a primitive. Therefore, they place the society they are living in a primitive level. It seems that Islamic terrorists are still living in the age of ignorance, dark ages. They clothe themselves in an absolute illusion. A believer is quite the contrary, different from a fanatic. A believer cannot be a fanatic, and a fanatic cannot be a believer. A believer believes in God, and a fanatic believes in his own religion, in his own truth. Fanaticism want to change the facts. They are moving in a sphere of belief that have no foundation, that have no, that's not sound. Paranoid personality persuades fanatics to commit dishonest acts, crimes, war of religion. For example, Islamic fundamentalists with blind faith and irrational faith are perpetrating crimes. Declaring war against the Christian who have the in the faith to die for Allah. What's confusion? The feeling of fanatics is uncontrollable, and the paranoid personality and packaging lead them to commit evil crimes. This feeling makes them become a human robot, ready to everything. In fact, it appears that Islamic terrorists want to kill themselves, want to destroy others for a cause that is meaningless, a cause that has no meaning. Islamic terrorists are not believers. They are criminals who ask no question, but believers in God, in a supreme being, have love and respect for God's will. God oriented us to love our brothers and sisters as He loved us and as we love Him. It is the greatest law and commandments of God. Those who practice the war of religion are not at the side of God. They are supporters of Lucifer. Galatians 5 verse 14 and 15 says, "For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, you shall love your neighbors as yourself. But if you bite and devour one another, beware lest you be by one another." Religion is a war directory, is a war of land, and this war is concentrated between Muslim and Christian. Faith in churches are a source of hatred among its members, and history justifies that the role of religion in relation to war is a fact. The fanatics are fighting to impose their religion on people. Many may think that the war of religion are conflict in favor of gods. They are wrong, because the war of religions are human conflicts. Men make war between themselves for their own interest. God is nothing to do in the war of religions. As God saying, as the Bible mentioned, it is awful to kill. It's not the work of God, but evil.